Welcome to Horror Flix and Music Mix. We are your hosts. I'm Dustin.
And I'm Kevin. On this podcast, we discuss horror films, the scores, and the people behind the movies.
If this is your first time listening, thank you. Our goal with this podcast is to analyze a variety of horror films as well as give our filters on or unfiltered opinions on said films. And you didn't like this one, huh?
I
Cameron
see.
Cameron hated it when we watched it at film club.
So
I liked it.
we watched Rubber 2010 by Quentin Dupieux and Tucker and Dale versus Evil 2010, directed by Todd.
Where's the
Whoops.
Eli Craig?
Eli Craig. Whoopsie. All right, we can just edit that part out. But
That's
yeah,
all right.
I immediately saw what it was going for with Rubber. And I was like, okay, interesting. And then it just, I don't know. I basically watched it twice because the first time I watched and the second time I kind of just skipped scene to scene just to like remind myself when I was taking notes because I just wanted to just watch it without any distraction. And it was just like, it's self-referential, it's meta, it's a commentary on how audiences just eat everything up. But I just couldn't. It was too much. It was too little, too much. Meaning, like it was like, hey, look at how clever we are, and like, look, you people watch anything, and they're trying to get that across, and it just, I don't know. It was very tiring. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, you said you liked this one.
Yeah, like I didn't watch it when it first came out. I watched it a couple of years ago or whatever, and I was like, that was not what I was expecting. I was like, that was
Mhm.
pretty. I thought it was genius. I was like, this is funny.
Yeah.
And then I put it on the film club list, and then we finally did it, and it kind of lined up with this.
Yeah.
And then, like watching it a second time, I was like, it's all right. It wasn't like that first time. I was like, this is funny. This is amazing.
Hmm.
It's just so ridiculous that I couldn't believe it, especially for 2010. Um, but it and then like Cameron was there and he was like, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was like, what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's
Like
not.
there's definitely
Yeah.
worse out there. And then you're like, I didn't like it. Oh, I was
I
looking at your notes and I was like, oh
yeah.
dang.
I see what it was going for, and I appreciate its take. It's just, I just, there's just some. It was the way they were presenting it, and I get the entire point is to be like, this movie's supposed to kind of suck, but in it trying to show, look how much we suck, it actually sucked. I but I appreciated that they were trying something very, very different, and you won't ever see a film like this because it's not just about a killer tire. And I'll be honest, I thought it was just gonna be that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm very curious and excited, and then it is that, but it's not as well.
It's that, but it's also like more.
Right. So when I
It's
was
kinda
taking my
he's
notes,
like
like,
he's like, "Yeah, it's still going." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we're still going." So with the we'll get into it with the it's
yeah.
just like, "What?"
But yeah, if
Yeah.
you want to tell, so we're gonna start with Rubber then.
Um,
You want to do the tagline and the spoiler-free summary?
is that really are you tired of the expected?
That is funny.
That's ridiculous. Short summary, yeah, California desert, onlookers watch a telepathic, telekinetic, whatever, kill
Oh
a
yeah, they were.
tire as the store can oh wait, as the story continues on, as long as they watch. So it's like you said, it's so meta. There's onlookers, they're watching this tire kill people from
Mhm.
afar through binoculars, and everybody who's a part of the story has to keep the story going as long as there's somebody watching.
And I get what he's going for here. And I mean, I didn't watch interviews or read anything, but it's a very explicit take on like, hey, look, audiences will watch anything as long as Hollywood keeps putting out stuff, whether it is a big blockbuster Marvel movie, they just put shit together and boom, there it is. We could literally make a movie about a tire killing people and people watch it. And there you go. I think someone literally said that in a meeting, and like Quentin was like, "Oh, let's do that," and then they put it all together, and there you go. And it's like that's unique. That's cool that he wants to take, but it's just it's like here's the thing. I want to like this film more because I like what he's going for. It was just too like self-conscious, self-aware, too much smelling my own farts kind of thing. And for me, I was kind of like, okay. But
Mm.
anyway, let's get into it. So, I mean, there's no trigger warning except for painfully aware meta commentary. Um, so at first I thought you gave me the wrong disc because I was watching, it's just a ton of chairs in a road, and I'm like, okay. And we see a car start driving up. If there's a dude carrying
Oh,
binoculars
yeah.
looking like John Oliver. He's just standing there, and this car's breaking all the chairs. I'm like, um, hmm. He after they demolished all the chairs, there's a sheriff and a deputy in there, and the sheriff walks out, and he looks directly at the camera and starts talking to us. I'm like, oh, where's the tire? So he says that all these films have the premise of no sense. So he starts listing off movies, and like my favorite one was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why don't we ever see the characters go to the bathroom? It makes
It's
no
so
sense.
yeah.
It's just ridiculousness because they're trying to make it clear, like, a lot of these movies like they have things that make no sense, but people will still watch it. Well, fine. Here's a movie that makes no sense at all, and watch. People will still watch it. And then after that, uh, he gets back in the car and leaves. And the John Oliver
Well,
guy
he's
gives
also
everyone,
like in the trunk of the car. He gets
well,
out of the
oh,
trunk of the
right,
car and then he gets back in the trunk of the car. So he's not even the one driving the car. It's like, what?
right, right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably some like, you know, out there's some metaphor for that, but I was just like,
No, it's
this is
no
just
no
weird.
no. Oh no, it's not no sense. It's no reason.
No reason. No reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like no reason.
Hmm.
It's just like yeah, it's just for no reason. Basically,
Yeah.
everything's for no reason, and
No
people,
reason. Hmm.
which is like whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, the guy gives there's all there's this crowd of just randomized people, like they would like a test screening. And they all get binoculars to watch the movie, and introducing Rubber, and we get all these names. I'm like, I didn't expect this at all. And they start watching, and the kid is like, well, this is going to be boring. And one guy's like, well, hold on. It hasn't started yet. And for the next 6 minutes, we see a tire come out of the ground, rise up out of the ground, very groggy, as if a tire would be groggy, I guess. Why? No reason. I see. I put no reason in the other sentences. I don't know why I put no sense there, but no reason. And this is where I was like, I get that this is all tongue in cheek, making fun of film going audiences and how banal a film can be, but the message does tire itself out. I'm like, another pun. So the tire rises,
It
just like
does take a long time for the tire to get
the
up.
Dark Knight Rises.
But
So the tire rises.
everything is practical
Yes.
effects.
Nope.
Like they apparently, so my wife went to LA for one of her old jobs to like help shoot a commercial or something. And
Mm.
actually she worked with the director, Quentin.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, dude, give him the car. And he was like, she tried to like get a connection, but it didn't happen. But she wanted to come on and talk about that, but I'll just talk about it. And
Oh, sweet.
um where was I going with it? It was just like yeah, and he was just he brought up to her that they were like really pumped when they were able to figure out a way to get the tire to move. And they only shot it in like 2 weeks or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I have
Not
some of
even.
those in they only wrote the script in a month, and they shot it in like, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, there
But
we go. So
yeah,
the
everything is
tire,
just this actual tire. It's ridiculous.
he's our main it is the main character. It tries to run over things, so it runs over a water bottle, a scorpion, and
Oh
then
yeah.
it's trying to run over a glass bottle and can't do it, but all of a sudden it has telekinetic powers
It
and
gets
breaks the
mad.
glass bottle. And the viewers are like, or one of them is like, "Oh, it looks like he has telepathy," and this one guy's like, "No, no, no, that's telekinesis," and they keep
Yeah.
arguing back and forth. So it's like we get this almost like a Greek chorus, like you would in like an old Greek play, where we have people kind of commenting on the movie as the movie's going. But they're also part of the movie, so it's meta, 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 meta. Um, and then we get this really weird ass music to go with it. There is a song in the end of the movie though that I'm like, that's what gave me the other fourth star that I gave the star to, is it was just excellent.
I
Anyway,
did put that song in the Halloween party playlist after seeing
oh
this. The, like, synthwave kinda one.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, it's good.
that's good stuff. Yep. And yeah, so I love that the viewers are all arguing with each other about what's going on, and all of a sudden the tire then blows up a tin can, and then the tire rests. I guess it needed a rest after all that. And then a guy in this, and then John Oliver looking guy comes up the next morning because all the audience is like sleeping because they're waiting for the movie to start up again, I guess. As he's about to wake up the audience members, he grabs the wallet of two of them and takes money out.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, "All right, everyone, get up, get up." They ask about food, and he's like, he doesn't say anything. He just walks away on his little bicycle. And now the tire sees a bunny. He blows the bunny to bits. We see a random woman driving, and the tire decides to follow and gets ran over by a car nearby. And obviously, he's going to get upset about that. I'm like, how do I take notes on a film like this? Tire blows up a crow. So, like, by the time we get to this part, what are you thinking? And I know you watched it with other people. Like, what were they all thinking? Like, just we get this meta commentary of watching a very stupid movie, and this tire's going around trying out telekinetic powers.
I'm trying to think of, like, everybody's reactions during it. Everybody's just like, "Huh." You know, just like,
Like,
eh, yeah, I mean, basically, at first, I was like, "Oh, shit, it's just blowing stuff up." Because at first, I was like, "Well, how's this tire killing people?" Is it,
I thought
you
it would have
know?
been like when I was thinking of it, it would have somehow propelled itself and then really fast at someone's like face or something. That would have been cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the telekinetic thing's fine,
Just bam, yeah.
but yeah, that would have been last. Or I was thinking it was going to be, and then it would
Mhm.
get other tires to do it, and all the tires just start flying at people. Because I imagine that could kill someone if it's a tires that fast enough. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
um, we get some random dude who gets flipped off by the girl in the car. No, don't know why. And then we he goes to his car and we see the tire and he's gonna use his or it's gonna use its telekinetic powers on him, and we get a full scanners like blowing like the head off. And our first time we're like, oh, like damn. Very cool. Though that does seem to be its main thing through the rest of the movie, is that it just blows people's heads off, which
Yeah.
there you go. Well, and then we get this strange part. The tire goes to the local motel. The girl that was driving is taking a shower, and the tire's watching. And the audience is like starts commenting on nudity, and some one guy's like, "Oh, not bad at all," and the other guy's like, "Her ass is not that great." And then this other woman's like, "Well, her ass is not that great, but her rack is great." It's like what? It's, it's it just reminds me of like those really really awful people that would be in like a movie theater that would just start commenting on the movie, and
Yeah.
like this is their inner thoughts, they're just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
The fu
man.
What really gets me is later on, like, a little bit right after this, when they find the tire in the shower with the shower on. It's just like, what?
What?
It's yeah.
So the girl's resting and the tire's in the room next door blaring stair steppers, hula girls, and the audience is starting to get really bored and going to sleep, and the one guy in the wheelchair is like, oh, he's changing the channel. He's like really into it. um and then we see the business guy polishing his shoes in the same motel that they're all in. He gets a call from master and he's got a fucking turkey in his room. I was really confused at first, and then he takes out some knives and decides to kill the turkey, and I'm like, why did you do that? I'm like, oh, the next morning, he literally has a cooked turkey, drops it on the ground in the middle of the desert, and is like, "Hey, food!" And everyone starts running towards the turkey and starts eating at the food. Everybody except the wheelchair guy that has classically trained hat on. So it's like the classically trained moviegoer or something. So I get yet again all of this. I maybe
Mhm.
the more I think about it is like
I think
maybe I'd like it more if I watched it again because it is saying a lot about movie culture and audience and how movie studios just take advantage literally. But it's also like it's just done in such a haphazard way. Yeah, I can appreciate the message, just the way it's done is just kind of like, eh. I mean, I didn't hate it, but
yeah,
yeah, now we're
Cameron hated it, and maybe like I don't know. I didn't see it for all of like what you're bringing up, all the classically trained moviegoer, and that went over my head honestly.
mm.
And I was just like, this is just so ridiculous. It's
Oh
basically
yeah.
what I thought.
And yeah, yeah. Oh,
And I like ridiculous because it's just like
I like ridiculous. Yeah.
somebody actually made this, you know?
No, it's ridiculous, and that's the thing. Like even though I didn't like it, I appreciate it, and I would watch it again in the future. So when we get to the end, I won't say like get rid of it completely. It's just you have to really be in. You have to really know, like, expect the unexpected with this film. You have to be able to put aside like any other ideas of what a regular movie should be, and just try to figure out what it's trying to say. I guess is how to best put it. But yeah, cleaning lady comes into the tires room and sees it in the shower.
Best
She
part.
takes and then she throws the tire and says, "Fucking wheels." It's like, what? What did the wheel do to you? Anyway, Rubber comes back and kills her, and we get some random scene kid running away to go tell his stepdad. And the stepdad's like, "Don't bother me. Go get a pizza." Okay. The
Yeah,
tires now, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The
Like, go
tires
get me a
now,
shut up,
yeah. Go
go
get
get
me a
me a
pizza.
pizza. It's
Don't
like,
forget the toppings.
yeah. Oh my
The
god.
tire's now watching a turtle on TV. Yeah, and at this point, I was kind of like, okay, this movie, was strange. And then we get a hitchhiker, but it's like he's trying to hitchhike on a kid's bike. But he's got a really cool Yes shirt on, which I am so sad I
Mm,
missed that show. God, I wanted to see Yes. You went to see Yes,
yeah.
right?
No,
Dang.
I didn't go.
Oh, yeah. I
They didn't even
mm,
play. Well, I looked at their set list. They weren't even playing Roundabout or like
that's really surprising.
one of the other songs that I really like from them. And so I was just like, yeah, because it was an album tour, I think, and it was one,
Oh, what?
one of the
Mm,
albums. I don't really know. I don't remember.
okay.
I did
Yeah.
not go.
Speaking of this, and a completely random, well, at our show last night, I can't remember who I was talking to because I was talking about going to Modest Mouse, and someone said, "Yeah, they have a new album out." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, it
Modest
just
Mouse
came
has
out a couple of weeks ago.
so I listened to it on the way home last night. It's like, damn, it's pretty good. So
I like it. I liked it
I,
more. I like it more than their last, the Golden Casket.
oh
That
yeah,
was like 4 or 5 years ago. I like it more than that one for
hmm
sure.
completely random tangent, but that's what this movie does to you. It's just like, okay. So yeah, the hitchhiker was trying to get it. The hitchhiker kid with a bike, and then the kid gets off the bike and sees the crow that was blown up earlier and puts guts on the pizza. It's like,
Oh
oh.
my god, yeah.
And
I
then the
forgot
tire
about that.
decides to go for a swim. He just goes into the pool, and then the audience is like, wait, do tires sink or float? And they keep having a back and forth. But as that's happening, though, everyone starts holding their stomach, saying, "I'm not feeling good," and they start coughing. And then everyone dies of poisoning except the wheelchair guy because he never took a bite out of the turkey. Now, this is where it gets really weird. So the kid comes in to see the clean lady's head blown off, and he goes to tell there's the sheriff and the stepdad talking, and the stepdad's like, get the fuck away and take your tire with you. He throws the tire at him. All of a sudden, the sheriff's like asking about, did you know this woman? How close are you? Then he hears beep, beep, beep on his watch, and he's like, oh, actually, we're done here. He just gets up, walks out, and then he goes to talk to everyone and says, "Hey guys, look, we're done here. This is all fake. We can go home. We all did a great job." Everyone's like, "Well, what
Yeah.
about the real dead body?" "Oh no, check it out. It's not a real dead body. Yeah, here, point that gun at me. Shoot me." And they shoot him twice, and it's just little blood spurts. And he's like, "See, all fake." everything's fine. And all of a sudden, John Oliver, I'm just going to keep going John Oliver because they never say his name, comes up and is like, actually, there's still someone watching. And he's like, forget what I said. And then he walks off and then just back to the movie. He goes
Yeah.
up to stepdad again. And it's like, hey, so tell me more. And the stepdad's like, wait, what? It's just very, yeah, very strange. The tire then gets up and blows the stepdad's head off and then just rolls off. And then the sheriff's just like, and he reads a line that he was supposed to say because that he forgot to say before the tire blew his head off. Just yet again, very, 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 very meta.
Yeah. That's about
And
as
where
meta as it gets. That
yes,
whole scene, I was just like, that just happened. Okay.
yeah, it's just like,
So
all
you
right, we're done here.
just go,
Go
just
home.
roll with it. But
Yeah,
gosh,
all these tire puns.
it's too many.
Mm-hmm. They certainly are. And yeah, the movie's almost over. I mean, at least it's a short movie.
Oh
So
yeah,
the office,
you can't make you can
thank
barely hit an
goodness.
hour and a half with this. Both of these movies are under an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
But Tucker and
Oh,
Dale is way better. That movie's like watching it
oh, yes.
again the other night. Because that was only my second time seeing it. But yeah. Oh my gosh, my stomach is growling. I'm hungry, folks.
Mhm.
Everybody
Oh,
out there, this is your reminder to eat, drink some water.
yes. In this case, drink some energy drink like I am doing. Okay. One of the cops pulls up. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. We almost got this part. The office assistant guy comes up and he's trying to get the wheelchair guy to eat a meal, so aka he can die, and so they
Yeah.
can finally just watch. They can just finish this stupid movie. And he says, "No, I'm good, thanks." And he's like, "I just want to watch the end in peace." And he's like, "I'm really excited about watching it." Um, it's like, oh, okay. One of the cops pulls up because they're the sheriff's like, here's the suspect, and he just pulls up a random tire, and they're like, any questions? Like, is it a name brand tire? He's like, no.
Yeah, what's the
Is the tire black? It's like that's a pun because it's like, oh, cops and their problems with people of color. Okay, so that was clever. The
Yeah.
office guy's eating all the food and telling his life story to the guy in the wheelchair. And I at this point, I just said, I can't with this movie is trying to be too clever, too meta. It comes off as a little pretentious and just bland. This is where I was just kind of like, I want to like it, but I just can't. But at least this is the best part, I would say. This is the one scene to kind of
This
lay
shit
out.
is also funny.
So cops
Then
find the tire in another small home where he's killed everybody there, and he's watching NASCAR.
dude,
Like, of
yeah,
course he is.
that's so awesome.
They decide to come up with a plan to place bombs on a mannequin to lure him out,
It's
and then
so
it's like Scooby Doo type stuff. They
it's
give the
so bad.
microphone to that random girl from the beginning. I guess they know her now. But
Yeah.
that is, no reason. Um, they give the microphone to her and she starts saying, like, hey, come closer, come kill me. She goes from come closer to kill me to I'm naughty, sexy. And then she's like, I can't say these lines. And the sheriff's like, give that to me. And then he starts saying, it's like, hey, I am naughty, very
Yeah.
sexy. It's like, and then he's like, no. And then the deputy's like, hey, sheriff, I don't think that's working out great. You should try the other voice again. And then all of a sudden they hear a knock on the van and it's the wheelchair guy. He's like, what's the point of this? He's like, I like the idea of this, but like, why don't you get a flamethrower? Go guns blazing, like get something going here. And they're like, we'll keep that in mind. Thanks. He's like, all right, thank you. He closes the door and he's off to watch again. And then like, okay, here you say this. And the girl's like, you are nothing but a rubber shit. And that's what pisses off. That's what pisses off the tire. And then the dummy head blows up, but the bomb doesn't go off.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, damn, it didn't work. So the wheelchair guy's waiting for the big payoff. And then he all of a sudden he sees the sheriff come in with a shotgun. He's like, hey, what's the payoff? He's like, and he just goes in, shoots the tire, boom, 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 comes out with like a piece of tire and throws it at the guy. And he's like, that's it? You can't do that.
Yeah, he's like, it's over.
It's like, here, it's over. You can go home. It's like, what? Then all of a sudden, see, this is the one part that I was like, okay, this was cool. This would have made a nice little short, just this scene right here. Then all of a sudden, the wheelchair guy says, "Wait, it's not over. He reincarnated as a tricycle." I thought it was a Saw reference. I mean, it probably was a Saw reference, but like you see a little tricycle come. I'm like, wait, where's Billy the puppet? And then the tricycle has the wheelchair dude explode, but it doesn't just his head, its entire body, and it's just a little piece of wheelchair, just boom. And then the second best part of the movie, I'd say everything in these last 15 minutes is like, okay, I like this, but everything else, no. They, as the tricycle's moving throughout the desert in the city in California, they drop the girl off and get this awesome song, this synth wave, like badass song. And the tricycles like this, they're heading to Hollywood, and it's as it's going through, all these tires are rising up and following it, and they all get to the edge of Hollywood and they all start rolling in, then boom, that's the end.
Yep.
So yeah, I already said the scene stuck out for me was like the last 15 minutes. But everything else, I was like, I get what they're trying to go for. I just couldn't get into it. Anything else for you that were scenes or sections or?
So I think the whole like, hey, we're done here. This is all fake. You know, that little tangent. It was pretty funny the first time. Honestly, like finding the tire watching NASCAR and finding the tire in the shower with the shower on are some of the funniest things I've because it's just like
so dumb.
hilarious. Of course he's watching NASCAR. You know what I mean? I remember everybody at film everybody was laughing. He was like, "What is that, like porn to him?" You know, it's like NASCAR. Like, oh yeah, look at those tires. It's just like, yeah. I wouldn't say like full scene. Those two moments for sure.
Yeah.
The whole movie is just pretty ridiculous.
Well, there's no scene because there's no really story. I mean, even from performances from actors that stick out, the tire had the most arc. I mean, even had a part, and I didn't say this in my review, where it looks at a mirror and has a retrospective of the first 30 minutes of the film. Like it has more emotional arc than everyone else in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Which is funny. But I do the special makeup effects and stuff, gore effects. That's, like I said, almost all practical. So this head explosions look pretty darn good. I'll give it that. So
yeah, I like how everything was practical. Okay, here we go. Mr. Always. Sorry, I was looking for this freaking
and that's the director. He also does music alongside the other composer. So I think he did this song and another song in it. Nice.
Yeah, this movie is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it does just roll along though. It was pretty quick.
It's a like, I don't know, overall feeling, I thought I like meta. Scream's my favorite. I would agree that this is almost too much meta.
Yeah.
But when I first watched it, I don't know, I guess you have to be in whatever certain mood or whatever, or just like rolling with it, like you said, pun. Because I was just like, what? The whole time, and it's funny, but then there is a point where it's like, all right.
You know, like I've seen some weird movies. I mean, remember a few years ago we watched Holy Mountain, and that shit was just nuts.
Oh,
Jodorowsky, and I've seen some weird stuff in my random movie watching, but this was just so bizarre. Yeah. And it's like I like the satirized comedy, the take on the movie industry, the film going audience, movie culture, all that, but it's overshadowed by just being too pretentious. And that was just the thing. I was just kind of like, yeah. Well, other than that,
here we go. I found it. I found it.
Yes. We'll have to play a little bit.
We'll play just a little clip of it.
A little snippet.
Oh, of course. Oh, what? Not Silent Hill 2. Come on. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good one.
it's good. Yeah, no, I was like, that was probably I even put that as like the best part of the film is just that because that song just slapped. 37 total deaths. I included. I had to have some help on that one because there's a lot of dead people, especially the audience.
Yeah.
And yeah, fun facts was all practical effects. I think one scene had a little bit of CGI. Shot in 14 days, script written in 1 month, and the sound was done by Gaspard Auger, but Quentin Dupieux did some of the music too, which that song we just listened to. And the music was very much like that. It was kind of synthy at times, but not much else. I mean, there's
Yeah.
other than that track and the beginning track, it was, sometimes just very, very standard like ambient synth music, and then the rest of it was just not quite there. So, but yeah, our actors and crew.
Stephen Spinella plays Lieutenant Chad. Roxanne Misquiet plays Sheila. Ethan Cohen plays film buff Ethan. That's funny. Charlie Kuntz, film buff Charlie. Okay. David Bowie plays Mr. Hughes. Not that David
I
Bowie.
know everyone's like, wait, no, not that.
And Random Ass Tire play. Oh, Robert the Tire, huh? His name's Robert.
Yep, kind of
Quentin
like that.
Depew
Yeah, Quentin.
he was the writer, cinematographer, and editor and director. Pascal Ingran
Pedro.
was the production. Pedro, production designer Yusuf Tatishi and Akiko Matsumoto. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Matsumoto did the makeup artist. Valix Guys, Milan Jankik, Marco Castillo. They were all on the special effects. Quentin Depew, we've talked about him a little bit. Director, stuff I've never heard. Yeah, Nightmare Sandwiches, Where's My Money, George, Being Flat, Steak, Wrong Cops, Wrong, The Piano Accident, Deerskin, and more. Bunch of
So
shorts and stuff.
from what I read about, he's just a very he's an auteur. He a very very film art film, out there type of, a lot more imagery based. You'll see his stuff in like art museums, and um it's all for him. It's all about, for looks like crazy premises, strange visuals, but usually they have some underlying like message or theme. So that makes sense for Rubber here. Mm-hmm.
Released November 10th, 2010. Country of origin, France, but filmed in California. Interesting.
A French film crew, but they filmed in California. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
$500,000 budget with 101 plus thousand grossed worldwide, which it was probably so limited, such a limited release.
Right. I imagine it was only a few film festivals and like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes 66% with 46%. And then how to watch it? You can't. It's not streaming anywhere. It was streaming on like Amazon Prime or something.
And Tubi for
2 or 3 years ago when I first watched it, and it's not streaming anywhere. You can't even rent it or anything. You could only try to buy a physical copy of this, which is what I did. Some of them are really expensive. I got one for, not too bad on eBay. But that's the only way you could watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know if you didn't let me borrow it, I would have been out of luck.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, now we get to killing it, watching it, buying it. And I'm
Oh, wait. So hold on. With the whole PlayStation thing that just got announced, this is going to come out like way later after that, but people will still know. How did you just watch Rubber again?
My PS5 has
I gave it to you, and you were able to borrow it and watch it.
And see, for me, I don't collect physical games. Only ones I have are the Metal Gear Solid, like all Metal Gear Solids, because that's my favorite series of all time. And I'll always have something to play those on, so I'm not worried. because I don't plan on like get the next Final Fantasy to get the like I only want physical media for movies really. Um, so I'm bummed about it, but it's like, when they said that GTA 6 wouldn't be on disc, I'm like, I it's not a big deal for me, but I know some people like they do those big special editions where you buy the disc and you get like a statuette or you get a book.
Yeah.
Now that's just gone. That kind of
Well,
sucks.
no, it's that, but with a
Like
a
a game
code
code. It's like, well,
inside of the box. It's like, for what?
are they worried about people sharing the disc, even though they had 20 years to fucking make this game, and they're probably not. If I guarantee you, everyone, it's not going to
Some
come out in November. Sorry.
Dave, I don't know. Well, some people are like, well, they can control when it actually comes out. There's not going to be, uh, I guess back in the day when huge games were coming out, trucks used to get robbed and stuff like that, and then the game leaks or whatever. But
But
it's
all those
so
games still
dumb.
sold a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's so dumb.
It's
Like, I play PC games a little bit. I don't play video games nearly as much as I used to.
mhm,
But like when I bought a PS5, I got the disc version.
yeah.
Like the next console is not going to have a disc drive. Well, then guess what? I don't need it
Mhm,
because I have all this physical media that I would rather use and still continue to buy.
mhm,
And because it's going to last longer, especially when PlayStation just recently again pulled the thing. Oh, we lost the licensing on whatever TV show or movies, all these
mhm,
movies that
mhm.
people purchased, and then they just nope, lost the license. It's deleted now. So you're not actually. That's the main thing right there.
Yeah,
You're not.
don't buy digital copies on Prime. Don't buy digital copies on the PlayStation Store of movies. Games, that's different. Games, the day that happens, I'm going to riot, but I don't see that happening. But I don't buy movies
Yeah.
on if I want to have a movie, I buy the physical copy. And
Well,
as
I
much as I
mean,
love having the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy on HBO Max, hell no, I would not just assume they're going to keep it there forever. I mean, duh. Or any of those films, or like, because
yeah.
the amount of times that, say, like, okay, the Friday the 13th series, it
You'll
used to be all on
jump from
Shudder. Then they took the
whatever
whole thing off.
platform to
Now
platform. Yeah.
then it was on Prime. They took the whole thing off. Now it's on fucking Paramount
Whatever
Plus.
Paramount. Yeah.
And it's like, so that's why buy those movies, buy the whole series of Nightmare on Elm Streets, because they're going to keep. That's what happens. These are properties that are going to continue to move around. So just if you have it in your possession, they can't come to your house and be like, "Hey, sorry, we lost the
Yeah.
rights to it. We got it." No, it's yours. So buy buy
I
physical
hope they
media.
never do that with games. That's my biggest concern.
Because
Like
that
they
would.
haven't, but like it could.
Well, if they want everyone to buy online rather than physical, they would have a choice to do that. But I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust,
I-
as much as I love Sony for
yeah.
the PS5, they've screwed over everything else we love. Alamo,
Oh
the
yeah.
just
Sony is on my shit
they're
list right now.
then Nintendo too. It's like, what the hell am I gonna? Yeah. Sorry, a little
But
side point there. Kill it,
no,
watch it,
it's
buy it. No, kidding.
buy
Um,
buy everything now.
buy that. I
That's
mean,
the
I would say I'd say just watch it, but it's obviously hard to watch it.
you
So
gotta
if
buy it to watch it. Yeah.
you got, or like, if you find it in a bargain bin, like,
But
hey,
you didn't snag it. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's worth a watch just to see what you feel. You might either absolutely hate it, you might love it.
Hey, you
I'm
could if you find this movie at a thrift store for $2, $5, anything less than $20, it's a steal because this is going for a lot. I paid $30 for it, but
yeah.
it was also sealed though.
Ah,
But like if you find this for cheaper than that, buy it, watch it. If you don't like it, pass it on because
yep.
that's what you can do. Or
Hmm.
send it back to the thrift store and somebody else can watch it.
There you go.
Moving on. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yes, 2010 Eli Craig.
Yes.
I didn't put anything for thoughts because I think this is fun.
Oh,
First
this
time I
movie's
saw this,
awesome.
it was hilarious, but it's also not only hilarious, it got heart to it too, because you just love Tucker and Dale by the end of it. By the end of it, um, it's it takes all the tropes of like the backwoods, like Deliverance style, or some of those slashers where it was like I'm thinking of
Like
one,
Wrong Turn or something.
A Wrong Turn, or I think I'm trying to think one was literally about hillbilly. It was
The Hills
there's
Have
a few
Eyes.
slasher. Yeah, Hills Have Eyes, a few others, but either way, like the idea of like these backward hillbillies have these city folk come in and they try to kill them. They take that, put it on its head, but make it funny, nice and gory, as well as just,
Yeah.
but also like romantic at times, and quite like these Tucker and Dale are just two really awesome dudes, and it's just yeah, this is a fun film. It's not your typical horror comedy. I think it's more than that. And watching it the second, no, this will be my third, no, second, third or time or something like that. I liked it even more. So yes, loved watching it. And you
Yeah.
saw it. You didn't. When did you see it? You said you saw it.
Film when we watched it at film
Oh
club
yeah, we watched it.
a couple of years ago or
Hmm.
something. Um,
That's when I first watched it too.
and yeah, it was funny, and I haven't watched it since, and it's still. I was like, everything was coming back. It's not as funny as the first time, but it's still
Yeah,
funny. Like the first time, I was like, "This is gold." It's so hilarious. Just how they go, how everything's like set up,
yeah,
and it's just like Jesus. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Well,
tagline.
yeah, evil just messed with the wrong hillbillies. The spoiler-free short summary: two hillbillies are suspected of being killers by a group of paranoid college kids camping near the duo's West Virginian cabin. As the body count climbs, so does the fear and confusion as the college kids try to seek revenge against the pair. Um, Trigger warnings. I mean, it's pretty gory, I guess, but like any, nothing really too over the top. Yeah,
Yep. All right. So
let's get into it.
starts out with some found footage. Two people going through an old place. They get bonked on the head with a pipe, and it looks like an infected hillbilly or something. And he picks up the camera. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
And
So
they
I
got
forgot
that.
to.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I forgot till way later to count those two kills, but I got it all lined
Mhm.
back out.
So I think that was a reference to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the '03 one, when it's like
Oh
that
my
found footage in the
god.
beginning, which
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that.
Oh, it scared the shit out of me.
It's horrifying, and I thought, because we were still pretty young, I thought it was real. So I was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
did too.
holy,
I was only 10 or something.
uh-huh. I
I was
saw it.
like
I'm like, yeah, I was 11, and I was just like,
10 or 11, yeah.
and then it wasn't until a few months later, one of my friends was like, "No, dude, that's not real." And I was like, "Oh, damn!" So they took it. That's the same person who told me Santa Claus wasn't real too. So I hated that kid. What an asshole! Anyway,
Oh man. We get a group of college kids driving through West Virginia. So they almost hit a truck, and then the truck ends up passing them. And in the truck is Tucker and Dale. When they pass by, it's just
they're just
Dale's just like staring in
mhm.
like they're obviously creeped out because the stereotype or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
you through this movie you find out about Tucker and Dale and who they really are. So knowing that, it's already hilarious. Like
Uh-huh.
I just laughed because he's just like
So just
he's just he's yeah staring at him. And then they forgot beer, so they decided to stop at a gas station, of course. And Tucker and Dale are also there. There's hillbillies everywhere. One of the one of the dudes' name's Chad. Chad sucks.
yeah.
Dale picks up some pickled eggs and can't stop staring at the average college girls, according to Tucker.
Yes.
Tucker and Dale are talking. Dale's like, dang, they're hot. Tucker tells him to go over there, talk to him. Dale's like, well, okay, I guess. But he decides to take a scythe with him. And it's funny because it's, I can't like sit here and type up the whole setup because but
Yeah.
Tucker's like just laugh and smile, and he goes over with the scythe. He's like, "Hey, you guys on vacation?" Just ha ha
Like, you guys plan on
ha.
going camping? And he's like,
Oh
yeah. And
my
they're like,
gosh.
oh, they'll run into the car.
Yeah, and they freak out, of course. They they leave, and it just poor Dale, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tucker and Dale hit the road with the dog in the back, some good old
Dangerous.
banjo music playing, drinking and driving. Of course, they get pulled over, and
Oh,
it
this
looks like so Tucker like dumps the beer.
situational comedy. Yeah.
Dale's trying to clean it up, but it looks like he's giving him roadhead,
Yeah.
and he's
He's like,
clearing
oh,
up
my shirt's caught on the
and his shirt's caught. Then all of a sudden he's shirtless, and it looks like he's like coming up right when the freaking cop like walks up to the car, and you're just like, oh my god. They're heading to their vacation home, and he got pulled over because of a broken turn signal.
Yeah, and
And
he says,
yeah.
like, my friend Dale here's having a tough time with the ladies, so I thought we'd get some man time.
Yeah.
That's it.
So just stuff like that. Oh my
Oh,
god.
so
It's
funny. Yeah.
so funny. They pull up to the cabin, and it's fucked, basically. And they're like, wow, this is ours, just a little dusty. And there's bones and newspaper clippings of murders, and then but what catches
Oh,
their eye is the Chubby's chili dog coupon.
no expiration date. Perfect.
Yeah. Classic campfire with stories and the college kids 20 years ago that day, the Memorial Day massacre. We should have done this for Memorial Day. Messed up. Flashback to the 90s, pump up the jams playing
Mhm.
until it gets changed to some country music, and the hillbillies start killing all the college kids. There's 1, 2, 3. So we're at like 5. Only
Yeah.
one person lived to tell the story. And then one of the guys runs up and like, yo, there's a lake in the back. Who wants to go skinny dipping? While that's happening, Tucker and Dale are doing some night fishing. Tucker takes the last PBR. Chad and Allie, or Allison. Chad
Allie,
tries
yeah.
to make a move. At the same time, he tells Allie that she needs to stop acting like she's better than the rest of them. Chad sucks, basically.
You know, he is the
Like,
Chad. He is the
he is a
definition of a
Chad
Chad.
in this. He
Mhm.
sucks in this fucking movie. Tucker and Dale hear the college kids in the distance. They're like, what's going on? And then Allie, who's close by up on a rock, she's taking her clothes off, but then hears Tucker and Dale, slips and falls, hits her head, and they're like, wait, she didn't come back up. And they go over there, rescue her, literally. And it's funny because they're pulling her unconscious body into the boat. And that's when the other kids see them. And Joker's like, hey, we got
Hey.
your friend. And they're like, oh my God. And he's
And they
like, where
start
are they
running like,
going?
we got your friend.
It's just the biggest misunderstanding. And it's
Yes.
so hilarious.
Oh, wonderful.
If you haven't seen this movie, stop listening right now and go and watch it, honestly. They go and tell Chad, run and go tell Chad. Allison wakes up in the cabin. Dale walks in with pancakes. She screams. He's like, oh, you don't like pancakes? Okay. And then he goes in, makes something else. And this is when I got all the names because Chad's talking to Chuck. He's like, I don't know. It looked like that they were eating her face off. And it's like, no, it fucking didn't. They're just so stupid. So we got Chuck, Chad, Allison, Jason, Chloe, Naomi, Todd, Mitch, and Mike. Bunch of people. Dale comes back in with bacon and eggs, and then that's when Allison's like, what happened? Dale tells her what happened. He starts cleaning up. He's a nice guy. And then she's just like, what the fuck, basically? She's like, okay, what's your name? And she asks it, hey, do you have anything to do around here? He's like, oh, we got board games. So they start playing board games.
Yeah, trivia.
Yep. Chad he has asthma, so he's always hitting his inhaler. They find the cabin. One of the kids loses a bet, and okay, yeah, he's got to walk up to the cabin. Meanwhile, Tucker's in the back trying to fire up a chainsaw to cut through a log. He does that. Kid's terrified walking up, and then of course there's a bee's nest in the log. Tucker cuts through it, and then bees start fucking chasing him.
Texas Chainsaw
So
Massacre.
he's running around with the chainsaw around from it. You could see it getting set up, but it's still so funny. He starts running towards the kids with the chainsaw, and the kids start running. It's hilarious. Mitch runs into a tree and impales himself. So yeah, 6 or 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6. And then it's funny because later, so meanwhile, Dale and Allison are vibing hard. All right. Tucker comes back, pours beer on his bee stings, which is hilarious. Dale goes over to pull the stingers out, and he's like, I don't know. One of your friends must be allergic to bees too, because he was running like a bat out of hell. Because they don't know. It's just it's great. The rest of the dudes find Mitch. And they're like, oh my God, they killed him. Chad breaks one of the girls' phones. It's us against them. Hey, college kids. Tucker and Dale start. Oh, yeah. So Allison's like, let me go find them. They're like, no, we'll go look. And they go out and start yelling, hey, college kids. And the college kids are obviously scared. They hide. And then they find a hatchet that Chad's been messing with, and etches a message in a log for them. And when they leave, they go over to look at the log, and it says, we got your friend. Meanwhile, that later on, Dale's digging a shitter hole, an outhouse hole. And Allison starts to help because she grew up on a farm, and it was either help out or get out or whatever she says. And it's funny because while they're doing that, the college kids come up, they're watching, and then one of them's like, that's sick as fuck. They're making her dig her own grave. And she's clearly fine.
Right.
Like there's nothing, like they're just assuming something that's not even, it's not like she's beat up or tied up or, it's, they're making it, it's so dumb. They're so dumb. College kids decide to attack. It backfires. Mike tries to impale him with his stick, and then they fall in the hole, and then he falls and he impales himself.
And she gets hit in the head with a shovel on accident.
She gets hit she gets knocked out again. Then another one's going after Tucker, who's using the wood chipper. Tucker's, he goes to pick something up. The kid fucking flies and falls in the wood chipper. And so that's 8 kills now. And Dale's like, oh my God, it's college kid blood. It's ridiculous. Tucker and Dale are freaking out. They're like, it's a suicide pact. We got to hide all this shit.
All these kids are going around killing them.
Yeah, he's like, we got to hide anything sharp. There's a lot into this. I'm just trying to I'm getting little bits. A lot of back and forth between them. Let's call the cops. And he's like, and tell them what? Because it looks like, obviously, they've been killing the kids. The rest of the college kids are losing it. Chloe, Jason, Chad, and Naomi. Chad is the biggest douche. Jason even says, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
Because he's like, yeah, let's not get to the cops. I know how to deal with this. He's got a hatchet in his hand, and he's sharpening it. Chad's just fucking weird.
But we find out something later.
Oh, yes.
Chuck shows up with the cops. Tucker Dale they're pulling the legs out of the wood chipper. Cop shows up, and it's just the worst. They're literally holding half a body.
It's been a woozy of a day.
Yeah, it's been. He goes inside. They're like, dude, everything isn't what it seems. Allison's inside. Everything's fine. Cop goes inside. And of course, he leans on a beam that I didn't mention earlier that is broken, that gets smashed in the head with nails from the beam, falls out of the house. All the kids are freaking out. And then Chuck goes for the cop's gun and, of course, ends up shooting himself while trying to take the safety off because he's an idiot. That's 8. Oh, in the cop, 9.
He's like, yeah, you gotta take the safety off the side there. He's like, boom.
Yeah. 9. Chad shoots at Tucker and Dale while they're inside. He then eventually gets the dog and holds the dog hostage.
Unforgivable.
And this is when Tucker and Dale, they set up a nail gun, which nail guns don't work like this. There's like a pressure thing, but I saw that Dale was holding it, so I was like, "Oh shit!" So he's holding it, so the safety isn't engaged. Meanwhile, he's like, "All right," he's holding it, he's shooting the nail gun. Tucker's going around trying to flank him. Goes full Arnold and Predator. He's got like trees, branches, and mud on him, and he's like hiding, throw some dirt
Uh-huh.
on him. And either way, Chad finds him, gets knocked out by Chad, and he wakes up hanging upside down from a tree, his legs tied, and Chad takes the little hatchet and chops something off. You're like, oh my God.
Oh,
Meanwhile, Dale is with Allison, who's just waking up. Dale asks Allison if her friends take any meds because he's like, well, I think they forgot to take their meds because they're trying to kill Tucker and his dog. And then that's when Chad bangs on the door and yells, die, hillbilly. Allison goes outside, sees all the carnage. Dale's like, dude, don't go out there. And she's like, it's
unforgivable.
fine. And then she's like, what the fuck? And they like have a little, it reminded me of the Blair Witch. But they have like a little, like a piece of his shirt or something, and two of his fingers wrapped up in it. And Dale's like, oh no, his bowling fingers. Dale apologizes. And he's like, it's my fault. I should have known that if a guy like me talked to a girl like you, somebody'd end up dead. Then he goes out after Tucker. Dale walks into a trap, almost gets castrated. Dale takes Tucker down. Later that night, the kids show up at the cabin. I think it's Chad and Naomi
Mhm.
to rescue Allison. And they're like sneaking around and everything and being quiet. And they see her and they're like, hey, we gotta get out of here. She's like, why are you whispering? Like, everything's fine. Nobody's here. They're like, oh, okay. And she's trying to tell Chad that it's all misunderstanding. He's pouring gas everywhere. He doesn't listen. Dude's out of his mind. And she's like, what the fuck is your problem, basically? Tucker and Dale come in to save the day. Allison's like, everybody needs to sit down and talk. And then she makes him some tea. And this is when we find out that Chad's allergic to chamomile because of his asthma,
Mhm.
which comes up later.
Yes.
Chad then talks about the incident of how his parents were at the Memorial Day massacre and his mother got caught and tortured. She was pregnant. She's the only one who escaped. And his dad was never found or something.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's another kill. Everybody's like, oh shit, okay. And then Dale's turn. Meanwhile, Jason and Chloe are running up to see them drinking tea, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? And then Dale goes and he's like, well, first off, sorry, but I wasn't there. I was like 6 years old.
Mhm.
And this is when Jason comes in with the weed whacker, goes after Tucker. Tucker jumps out of the way, and then he chops Naomi's face off with the weed whacker. Chad then throws the lantern, and it hits Jason, setting him on fire. And it's
And
just like, dude.
the girl's like has like a I think it's a alcohol solution, and they're like, "Wait, don't pour that on him," and she pours on him. It gets him.
Oh yeah.
It's like they're so dumb.
Cabin gets set on fire and blows up. I said, who's left? Tucker, Dale, Allison, and Chad. So we're at 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 kills, not 37.
Rubber had more kills.
Chad is looking like Two-Face Harvey Dent. They
Mhm.
get in the truck, take off, but of course Dale they hit the tree with the truck because he's not looking. Dale wakes up to his dog licking his face. Allison is missing, and Tucker is nearby, not looking good. He tells Dale that he is a better person than he thinks he is, and he needs to go save Allison, basically.
That's a really
So
touching scene between the two. It's like, wow,
yeah, it is.
deep
It is. Dale and Jangles, I think, is the dog.
angles.
No,
Mhm.
Jangus. He's like, Jangus? I don't know.
Oh,
Dale and the dog, Jangus, go after Chad and Allison. Chad's tying Allison up on like one of those. They're at the sawmill, and it's like the whole table saw with
Like the burning, basically.
yeah. Oh, he's clearly gone AWOL. Dale straps up and he tries to save Allison, but Chad gets in the way, turns on the saw. They start fighting. Dale ends up throwing a hatchet, cuts Allison loose. She gets out of there. Him and Chad, Dale and Chad, they duel it out. They run up to the attic. Dale finds a box of chamomile tea. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this. And then they also find a news article that the survivor of the Memorial Day Massacre, Memorial Day Massacre, was tortured and raped from one of the psycho hillbilly killers who they caught, and it looks exactly like Chad. And they're like, oh, shit. Almost there. Chad catches up. And Dale's like, dude, look. And then Allison's like, you're half hillbilly. And he's like, no. He's freaking out. And then that's when Dale tosses the chamomile tea all over Chad. And then, yep, the place blows up. Or no, he's like, what happened? Yeah, he's coughing. He falls backwards out the like barn door.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, in part 5.
Second story barn. He falls and then he's dead. Then it cuts. Mass suicide, deranged killer on the news. About all the shit that went down, basically. Tucker made it. He's in the hospital. Dale's looking all cleaned up. He's got his fingers back. One of them's clearly a lady's finger, but that's okay. He's like, I don't remember this. This looking like this.
It's like a little, yeah.
Dale brings him a PBR in a straw in the hospital, and Tucker's like, oh my God, thank you so much. Tucker asked if Dale asked her out. He's like, nah, we're going bowling. He's like, oh, dude, what? They go bowling. And of course, at the bowling alley, Dale's like, trying to tell her his feelings. And she's like, shut up. I feel the same way. They kiss. The end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really, it's a very fun movie. It's got everything from, just crazy gore, but it's all very, very humorous, a lot of situational comedy, but also like has heart to it too with our two characters. So a lot of scenes stick out for me in this one because all the setups are just crazy, like the wood chipper. Yeah. It's like they took what happened in Fargo and just put it up to 11. And yeah, the beehive where he's running around with that. Just hilarious. It's a hilarious movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the actors that obviously stick out are our main guys, Tyler Levine and Alan Tudyk as Dale and Tucker. Like, they're great because they're funny, but they also have like these moments of like showcasing their friendship. And Alan Tudyk is in a lot of different things, so it's cool to see him again. I always remember him as the pirate guy in Dodgeball.
Yeah, I think I think about that too. He's in a few other things too. He always kind of pops up.
Lots of things. But any other scenes that stick out? I mean, so many of them do.
I mean, you kind of covered it. It's all the setup, and even watching it again, it's still funny.
Yeah. And all practical effects and overall feeling. It's a very fun movie. It's a horror comedy, but it's more on the comedy side. It just happens to be like a very black comedy, like just really dark humor. And I thought it's really fun and it's a great time and highly recommend watching it.
Yes.
To get your horror comedy on and total kills 12, 13 possibly because Chad was never found.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's this fun fact here?
Dude. A South Korean remake titled Handsome Guys was released in South Korea on June 26, 2024.
I'm curious. I have to watch that.
I am too. I saw that. I was like, okay, gotta put this in there.
So the sound was done by a guy named Mike Shields. I mean, when it came to the music, it was just there was nothing that stuck out. It was very standard ambient horror tracks. They did have a few, like, they had Soon, written by John Craig. Meet My Maker. Like they had some different tracks that were played, but nothing really stuck out except for obviously Pump Up the Jams.
Yeah, it was Pump Up the Jam. There's like this pop punk 2000s pop punk song at the end, which I think that might be the John Craig one. But then there's all these songs by Mike Shields here, and that's all the banjo type stuff. Pump Up the Jam, Technotronic. And then I don't know if the pop punk song was the John Craig one or this one.
Technotronic.
No, Mass Undergo.
Oh.
I dug my grave and walked away.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it's very late 2000s.
Pump Up the Jams.
Pump Up the, yeah.
If you don't know that, then you weren't alive in the 90s.
Everyone knows that song anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well, we got actors and crew. Tyler Labine as Dale Dobson, Alan Tudyk as Tucker McGee, Katrina Bowden as Allison, Jesse Moss as Chad, Shalene Simmons as Chloe, Philip Granger as Sheriff Gurr, Brandon J. McLaren as Jason, Christy Lang as Naomi, Travis Nelson as Chuck, Alex Arsenault as Todd, Adam Bochesney as Mitch, Joseph Allen Sutherland as Mike, Karen Reese as Cheryl, Ty Evans as, I can't read because he got the thing over the name, and Chad's dad, and Weezer as Chang. Oh, I love his name was Weezer as Jangers.
Jangers. I thought I was like Jangles, Jangus,
Bojangles.
Yeah.
So the crew and cinematography, Eli Craig was director and writer. David Geddes was cinematographer. I've seen that name a few times before. Bridget Dunford was the editor. John Blackie as the production designer. Sharon Toohey, Jason Paradis, Mel Green, Albert Seibert as special makeup effects. And Sebastian Bergeron, Matt Belbin, Jared Bernie Brown as digital effects. Well, Eli Craig, he's mostly known for these like horror comedies. The most recent one is Clown in a Cornfield, which came out last year. So that's kind of his shtick is horror comedies. Other ones are Little Evil, White Elephant, and The Tao of Pong. When I looked up other stuff from him, I mean, that just little shorts and stuff and some TV deals, but mostly, yeah, this horror comedy realm. And I liked Clown in a Cornfield, other than it was a little predictable by the end, but it was unique. And I think this is probably his best known work. So, but yeah, it was released January 22nd in 2010 in the Sundance, but it wasn't released in the United States until September 30th, 2011. Country of origin was Canada, so they probably filmed in Canada, like almost all filmmakers do. India and United States. India, that's right. The budget was $5 million, and the box office was 5.5, so they made a little bit back. Rotten Tomatoes score, I appreciate this. 86% critics, 85% audience. I like that. How to watch it? You can watch it on Tubi, but you can also buy it. What would you say then, Dustin? Would you kill it, watch it, or buy it?
Buy it.
I'd say this is worth watching again and again because it's a horror comedy, but it's more funny than anything. And I think this is something I would show my wife, and she'd probably love it. Even though she doesn't watch a lot of horror with me, she does. We watched Undertone the other night. She was freaked the hell out by that. But I think she would like this too. So yeah, I would say buy this. I'd say this is one of the best examples of horror comedy. I would say of the most recent.
And I waited way too long to watch this. Like if you haven't seen this, go watch it.
Yeah.
Like I remember when it came out in 2010, and I never saw it, and yeah, just watching it at Film Club, I was like, this is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Rubber and Tucker.
That sounded so wrong. And that's gonna be it for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Give us a like on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. We're on all the socials, always posting stuff about movies we see, as well as on Letterboxd. I spend way too much time on there. We put up movies we discuss, as well as the thousands of other movies we watch. Dustin, what's your Letterboxd?
It is Dustin at HFMM Pod.
And mine is Kevin at HFMM Pod. Make sure to follow us on there, as well as email us directly at hfmpodcast@gmail.com. Love hearing from you guys, so don't be shy to talk to us about movies you like or things that maybe you're like the biggest rubber fan ever and want to tell me off. Please do. As well as like music that you're listening to and stuff like that. So yeah, please hit us up anytime.
On the next, I think the next episode is our final
2010, final
2010 episode
Ooh,
with Black Swan. I don't know what to do after this. But Black Swan and Shutter
Aron-
Island.
ooh, some Scorsese and Aronofsky, two huge directors.
Or
Or
we
oh,
could split these into 2 episodes, like one. I feel like there's a lot to talk about with both of these movies.
Black Swan in particular, ooh,
Like
that was a 4.5 out of 5 for me when I
that.
rated it when I first saw it.
So the next, yeah, we'll drag it out, and we got a lot going on. In
Black
a
Swan in
couple weeks
particular,
here.
I wouldn't mind digging deep into that because I
Alright.
loved every second. And I'm a big Natalie Portman fan.
We'll do Black Swan, and then end it with Shutter Island on another episode, and that will give us time to figure out what's going on after 20. No, do we do 2020?
Man, I hated that year for me. Yeah.
It's like it's not good. I don't know.
It had Invisible Man. That's the only thing I remember about 2020 other than being stuck in my house.
Oh my god! All I did was
Let me think about it, or we can even do like a retrospective. We can go old
horror
school.
movies 2020.
Yeah, Invisible Man was one. I know there were
His
others.
House. I never saw that. Invisible Man. The Curse of La Llorona.
Oh.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow. The Dark and the Wicked. Oh, Deerskin. We just talked about that.
Oh. So it's got a few.
Oh, Color Out of Space. That was 2020. Freaky. That one's. Have you seen Freaky?
I've not seen Freaky.
All right, we might do a little 2020.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
The
kind of want to
Lodge?
forget about that year.
Wait, The Lodge? That was 2020.
Oh, I remember The Lodge. I saw that in theater.
That says 2019. All right, that's
yeah, I saw
lie.
that in yeah. But yeah, 2020 it was a weird year, so
We'll figure it out, people.
yeah.
That's all right. Until then, stay safe out there. Stay spooky out there.
And don't forget to check your tires.
If you're going on any summer vacations, road trips, check your tires. Make sure they're not crazy.
Uh-huh.
And don't run into any hillbillies. And if you do, don't assume anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.